It's been 1 month since we released our last update for Operation Harsh Doorstop, and the community has been in full swing creating some pretty incredible stuff. And in this video, we're going to be going through all of the best ones. First off, if you want to play Operation Harsh Doorstop using your virtual reality headset, guess what? You can do that right now. Mod creator VLaw, as well as a number of other mod creators that are all super interested in virtual reality, have created their own systems that allow you to play with Operation Harsh Doorstop in VR. And if you guys want to do that yourselves right now, I will link the plugin that you can download and install that out of the box makes Operation Harsh Doorstop virtual reality compatible. And with a little bit of tweaking, you can even set up the controllers so you can manually reload the weapons using your hands. But if you still want to play with a mouse and keyboard, you can also set it up so you can just use your VR headset while playing the game with either an Xbox controller or your mouse and keyboard. I've been playing the game in this way quite a bit, and I have to say, it is incredibly immersive, and it's also really great for making videos because suddenly all of these simple matches suddenly feel incredibly immersive. And the coolest thing is this even works in multiplayer, so you can set this up and you can go play the game in VR in multiplayer right now. How sick is that? So if anybody wants to play our game in VR, you can download the files in the description. But before we continue, let's have a quick word from our sponsor. If anybody watching this video is either former or active military personnel and you're concerned about your personal information floating around the internet, listen up. Today's video sponsor is Aura, a service that's helping everybody protect their identity online, especially for veterans and active duty personnel. However, Aura doesn't just simply protect your identity. It offers a wide range of valuable tools, including password management, VPN masking, antivirus scans, and even a $1 million insurance policy to cover any damages suffered from identity theft. A recent study by Duke University uncovered some pretty disturbing statistics. United States data brokers are scraping personal information of active and veteran military personnel off of the internet and selling it. This could include exploitable, sensitive data like your medical records, financial history, and even geolocation information. As someone who has a job that is almost entirely online, I understand the value of not only protecting my own personal information, but also that of my friends and family. So, trust me when I say being proactive about these kinds of things is incredibly important. And if you're ready to start taking that step to protect your personal information and you want to give Aura a try, you can use the link down in the description and get your first 14 days free. Thank you so much to Aura for sponsoring this video and helping to fund the Operation Harsh Doorstop project. But if you're looking for something to play right now completely for free, you should go download the Plastic Faction Overhaul by SgtSamples for Operation Harsh Doorstop. This is a full conversion for the game that transforms the entire thing into a Toy Story themed Plastic Army Men experience. In fact, do you remember that DLC for Rising Storm 2 that did the exact same thing, except they tried to charge $17 for it, on top of the fact that the base game was $25. Well, yeah, this is basically the exact same thing, except not $50. So, if you want to go check it out, links down in the description. SgtSamples, you did some awesome work. I'll even set up a server for this so we can do some playtests on it sometime. Everybody go check it out. It's awesome. But that's not the only thing that's awesome, because the mod creator Steampunk has been working on an active Ragdoll modification for Operation Harsh Doorstop. This implements a similar type of feel to the death animations that Insurgency Sandstorm had for their characters as well. Now, when a character is killed, they'll even move around on the ground or play some interesting animations that meld with the Ragdoll to make that entire experience experience of getting shot in the face a little bit more immersive. And to go even further with this, Xorberax, the creator of the Bloodlust mod, asked for Steampunk's permission to put this into his own mod, and now the Bloodlust mod has active Ragdoll simulation as well. This is a really cool one, and I know a lot of you guys have been asking for more immersive effects when it comes to gore and taking damage. Well, this is where you're going to get that. If you want to download and play this, link is down in the description. But while you're down there, you might as well also download the King of the Hill mod by Sousou. Now, this one is really cool because I don't know how many of you guys have played the King of the Hill mod for Arma, but the King of the Hill concept has almost got a Escape from Tarkov extraction shooter vibe to it, and that is exactly what Sousou's mod does here. If you guys want to go and play on a server, this is an excellent example of how you can take Operation Harsh Doorstop and completely transform the entire game with a single mod. In King of the Hill, when you spawn in, you choose one of 3 teams. You can then go to an operational area where, as long as you survive in that area, you will get credits, and you can use those credits to upgrade your equipment by buying new weapons, buying new gear. And even though it's still in its early phases of development, I think that this is a perfect proof of concept of these kinds of survival servers starting to make their way to Operation Harsh Doorstop. Who knows, maybe eventually we'll have a full-blown DayZ style modification for the game. I hope that's coming sometime soon. In addition to that, Yoshi has been experimenting with World War I vehicles, which I think are going to be awesome to see in a future update to the World War I factions, even though right now they're just a little bit wonk. And Eddcast has been doing a lot of crazy, awesome work by implementing things like the Eastern Fields map, which again is also completely available for free using the links below. But what's really cool is Vila and Xorberax have been collaborating on the upcoming SM3 project. For those of you guys who know, I uploaded a video a couple of months ago talking about how frustrated I was with the SM2 project shutdown. That was a modification for Call of Duty that was forcibly shut down by Activision, and I suggested, why couldn't there be a community that comes together and just makes that same exact experience for Operation Harsh Doorstop? Because we are not going to send you a cease and desist for making a mod for our game, unlike Activision, and that's what a number of people have already been doing. So if you want to go check that out, there's already a whole bunch of features that you can expect from the SM3 project, including sliding, crosshairs, kill confirmations, and everything you could expect from a Call of Duty project. And that is only the beginning of what I hope could turn into a pretty huge aspect of Operation Harsh Doorstop. We've even been talking about turning this into an official mode within the game where you can actually select between having an arcade experience, a realistic experience, or a full-blown simulator experience. So that's definitely something that we're going to start exploring more. So all of the different types of players who want to play the game in all of the different ways will be able to have options to do that by configuring their server to either be an arcade style server or a full-blown realism server, just like how you can configure your experience in games like Arma. But moving down the list, I also want to talk about the True First Person mod by Bophodese. He's been experimenting with a whole bunch of features that he was inspired to add to the game that are taken from things like Rising Storm 2, Arma, or even Squad. He's not only added in True First Person, where you can look down and see your entire body, but he's also added in the ability to have free look and a whole bunch of other features like being able to rest your weapon on different surfaces. This is something that we're actually interested in implementing into the base game in the future, and since Bophodese is an official developer on the project, we're hoping that he'll be able to help us with that implementation as time goes on. So definitely go check out some of his work, because I think that's going to be a cool preview of some of the things that we're looking to officially add in the future. Now, if you guys want to get a realistic body cam experience, well, you can go and download Eddcast's free body cam mod for Operation Harsh Doorstop. He recently just updated this. This is a mod that he created a couple of months ago because a lot of us on our development team were inspired by all of the other games that have been coming out that have these realistic body cam aesthetics. But unlike all of those games, this modification is completely free. So if you want to get that experience and not pay $20 to $50, well, it's on the Operation Harsh Doorstop Steam Workshop completely for free. Go check that out. And Miha has also updated his Operation Rising Sun modification. Now, Miha was also a former developer on this team, but he has since been hired by the same studio that has developed Mordhau. However, even though he has that amazing new job, he still comes back, he makes amazing stuff for Operation Harsh Doorstop and for our community in his spare time. And Operation Rising Sun is one of the amazing things that he's been working on. It is a World War II Pacific Theater mod that adds in new factions, new weapons, new environments, new theaters of war. It's all free. Link is down in the description. Highly recommend checking that one out. And if you also want to check something out, the Starship Troopers mod that has been updated by XPE, the new version of that is absolutely insane. He added in drop ships that you can call in and will drop in supplies. He's added in new bugs for you to fight. He's added in new destruction mechanics for all of the constructibles, so when they get destroyed, they realistically crumble to the ground. That is an awesome experience. We're probably also going to be doing some playtests on that in the future. And if you guys want to keep in touch with all of the incredible things that the community's been making, well, naturally, go and join our Discord server, but also go download our game for free. But keep an eye on the Steam Workshop. Go and show all of these mod creators some love. Go tell them how much you appreciate their hard work, and of course, go get all of their mods and play them for free with our game. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna pivot into some gameplay about some of these amazing mods. So if you want to stick around and watch that just to get an idea of what some of these mods play like, we're gonna go ahead and do that. And if you guys want to support the project, you can donate on Steam, and you could even become a member on Discord or Patreon. All right, let's get into some gameplay. All right, so first up, we are going to be playing a full multiplayer match in VR in Operation Harsh Doorstop. Again, if you guys want to do this yourself, not only can you use this in single player, you can also use it in multiplayer. You can use it in any part of the game that you really want to use it in. You just download the modification down in the description, and bam, you have virtual reality for Operation Harsh Doorstop. And honestly, it looks and feels really good. Like, it feels really solid, and I absolutely enjoy playing this way, and I honestly might play like this even more as time goes on. Now, on this server, we're actually playing as the Operation Hyrcania Russian faction, and I'm currently playing as a saboteur, and I'm going to go over here and I'm going to destroy this objective with my C4, unless I get shot. But this is kind of a double whammy feature here, so I can show off not just the virtual reality, but also the Operation Hyrcania class, which also includes a bunch of custom weapons and functionality like this C4, which is pretty sick. Boom, boom. Dope. And I think as time goes on, it's going to be really cool to see how people can implement features into their game modes that might take into consideration different types of gameplay, like having C4 as a saboteur. So now we're going to try and help capture this flag. And that's the other thing. The interesting thing about VR is all of like the maps and all of the other aspects still work somehow, which is really interesting. So like you can still view your map, and you can still interact with your map and do everything that you need to do to still play the game, but you just have full virtual reality support as well, which is super convenient. All right, we're gonna cross here and hopefully not get shot. Woo! And then I'm gonna reload. And I gotta say, just having the virtual reality head movement almost makes the entire game feel that much more immersive. Like, it really does. it almost feels like, especially when I look at the recordings, like my video recordings later, it's like, man, the video is just so much better because it feels more immersive. And you can do things like, here, look, I can look under if I want to see their feet and stuff. Little stuff like that makes such a huge difference. And it is interesting how you have to actually look down the sights. You know, when you don't have VR, the sights align themselves, but when you have VR, you actually have to align the sights with your eyes, which is kind of interesting. All right, let's take this objective. Oh, or the match could end. Okay, all right, well, there you go. There's VR and Operation Hurricania. Let's move on to the next mod showcase. All right, this is SgtSamples mod pack, which combines all of the mods that he previously made into one single total conversion. This is the Plastic Army mod. He used to have a bunch of separate maps and a bunch of separate factions, but he's gone ahead, he just put them all in one single mega mod, and I think it's exactly the way it should be. It's absolutely awesome. There is loads of maps for this, loads of different types of weapons, and even though a lot of it is a reskin of the existing Operation Harsh Doorstop characters, which again, for Rising Storm 2, that's basically all theirs was either. It was just kind of a reskin. He has added in a lot of functionality here. So there is a lot of stuff, not just the maps, but also for the characters themselves. There's kind of a couple of new weapons, you know, like these flares and different devices that you can utilize. And he's created all of these factions with custom loadouts. It's still a really good, solid mod. And I've seen a number of servers that have been running this, and all of the servers that have been running this have been running it for cooperative or even PvPvE, and I think that this is a fantastic cooperative PvPvE experience because it's just simple, it's easy, it's fun, and again, it's free. It's insane to me that Rising Storm 2 tried to charge $18 for something like this. Like, if you go onto the Rising Storm 2 Steam page, you will see a number of DLC that I really don't believe even deserve to be called DLC because, I mean, the base game's $25 and they essentially did, like, I don't know, I think one map and maybe a couple of factions where it was just reskins of the base content, and they tried selling that for $18. Absolutely insane. If you want to get that exact same experience but not spending just an absurd amount of money, well, then you can download this. And I would actually say in a lot of ways this is maybe even better. There's more variety in terms of weapons. Obviously, vehicles are something that we're still waiting to add to the base game. There's a number of mods that utilize the existing vehicle framework that we have in the game, because for those of you who do not know, in Operation Harsh Doorstop right now, there is a vehicle framework. There's just no vehicles for it. So that's why there's been a bunch of vehicle mods that the mod creators have been creating. They're creating those vehicles utilizing the already existing vehicle systems that we put into the game. They're just, you know, finally making vehicles for them, which is why it's been so great to utilize those for testing purposes, because in a way, I mean, those are going to be exactly the kinds of vehicles that are going to be in the game in the future. But I really can't wait to see this modification once it gets to that point. Once it has, like, vehicles and maybe even, like, artillery strikes and all sorts of other stuff, I can see you going absolutely hard on this mod. I still remember one of my favorite games of all time was the Nintendo 64 Green Army Men game. I don't even remember what the name of it is. It's so long ago, but I had a lot of fun playing those old games where you played as like a little army man, you went and did missions and stuff like that. I could totally see people doing something like that with this game again. So again, links down in the description. You want to go pick up this game yourself, you can do it. It's absolutely phenomenal. Alright, next we're going to look at the update for the Starship Troopers mod, because it is absolutely awesome. He has added in so much to this modification. I feel like this is probably one of the best examples of how far you can push Operation Harsh Doorstop, and as the mod community continues to grow and grow, people are only going to continue making more and more things. Currently I'm playing on a co-op server here. We're going to be defending against all of these arachnids, and you'll even be able to see some of the new creatures that have been added, which if we can survive this wave long enough, we'll be able to fight again. So there you go. There's one of the giant beetles off in the distance, and this really is a cool modification because this has given us a lot of insights into all of the future systems that we're going to be adding to the game. So, I mean, this is a great example of the construction system that we'll be implementing in the future. Oh, God. And it's even a great example of all of the things that you can do with, like, the AI. You know, having all of the basic AI in the single-player game is great and all, but I think when modders take the AI fundamentals that we've implemented in the game and then really start expanding them in ways like this, adding new functionality, adding in, you know, everything from arachnids to zombies to more complex AI command systems. I mean, really, the limit is everybody's imagination, and it's really cool seeing all of the different types of things that people have been creating. Now, I really love all of the new constructibles that he's added, so you can kind of create full-blown, actual Starship Trooper-esque bases, and we're going to just go ahead and build this up and then defend this from what is probably going to be the last wave, because I never seem to be able to get past, like, the 4th wave. Okay, here we go. I've built up this entire wall here. And we're gonna hold on. I mean, see, look, this is just your stereotypical Starship Troopers moment here. They've broken through the left wall. I'm not even sure if I'm gonna be able to survive this. Oh God, no. No. Oh, we are just getting decimated. I am looking forward to hopefully even more updates being added to this. One of the things that I really want to see is new maps, and I want to see vehicles, and I would definitely want to see emplacements. I think the ability to have emplacements so you can, like, you know, set up turrets and, you know, maybe even have tanks and stuff, that would be really, really cool. Maybe even adding, like, dismemberment to the aliens and stuff so you can, like, blow off their limbs. That would be super sick. This is not looking good. I love how there's, like, green blood. Look at that. Gruesome. Oh, God. This is not looking good. No. Well, we tried. We did try. Alright guys, that's it for today. I hope you guys have enjoyed everything in this video and that you guys click the links down below, go show these mod creators some love, and of course, download the game for free and join the ever-growing Operation Harsh Doorstop community. Thanks once again to our sponsor, Aura. If you guys want to go get that, 14 days for free. Link is also down in the description, and if you guys want to see more videos like this, make sure you subscribe and tell me which mod you like the best down in the comments. And until next time, I will hopefully see you on the battlefield.